And welcome back, everyone. Ellington here, and we are back on Total War Rome 2. And we have got ourselves a 2 versus 2 on none other than, you got it, the settlement of Bertigala. Now, from what I understand, I don't have a whole lot of information, but the player who sent this in said that this is a tournament video. I'm not sure what tournament it's for, or the exact rules of it, but that's why we've got ourselves, like I said, a 2 versus 2. So, for the attackers, starting off, we have got Kush being commanded by Pucky. We have also got the Udrizian Kingdom on attack, being commanded by Rook. Rook the Spartan Lover, I think is what it is. For the defenders, we've got Pergamon being commanded by Byzantine. And finally, Sparta being commanded by J.W. Johnston. So, this will be interesting. Pretty standard attack here. We've got, well, I guess maybe not. Like, you got your push happening here. It's a little bit different because it's a 2v2. You've got a couple units over here by the Udrizian Kingdom. But really not a whole lot in the central area that we usually see an attack on Bertigala. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I am a little surprised by the attackers with how much ammunition is being used on their artillery. They're singularly firing at the wall, but at the exact same time lobbing full volleys here. So a lot of ammunition being used. Typically what you'll see is just a singular shot, bang, bang, bang at the wall, because you're trying to not waste a ton of ammunition, right? When you send a whole volley, let's say you just target this wall and send a whole volley, you get one, you get one, you get one, you get one. So you've, missed 4 shots. With a singular shot, you have a far more likely chance of either hitting or missing without wasting all of that ammunition. So little surprised. They do take it down eventually, and they also did get some kills on it. So 109 kills, but now they're going to be a little bit low on their later game reach, right? Your artillery is really good for being able to reach out and touch stuff, right? Being able to hit these things back here that are layered up against you as an attacker. And as you run out of ammunition for your artillery, you can't do that anymore. You can see Kush leading off here. We've got a bunch of swordsmen, it looks like, just for the most part. They did have a unit come over here and kind of get walloped. And now we're starting to see some Kush come in. Udrizian Kingdom. We've got 2 Thracian nobles. Got some hoplites. Some Thracian warriors. Thracian slingers. Looks like they went 2 and 2 on their ranged. Then they've got 3 units of Thracian warriors coming in over on the side wall here. Now Pergamon seems to be leading most of this side. We've got a bunch of Agema spears, Galatian swords, Thorough spears. We do also have some Spartan units, Spartan youths, Paroikoi spears. That first wave of Kush is completely gone. And, I talk about this all the time. Look where they are. The rest of their army is sitting all the way back here. And that's just a big boo-boo. Your army should be pushed forward by this point, because now your initial lead-off attack is completely and totally dead. So now you have to basically restart all over again when any progress you had made is gone. They do, obviously it does look like they want to, hit the breach, of course, but it would be really good for them if they had some pressure on either side of the breach at the exact same time. Helot javelin men. The sword unit should clean those up pretty easy. The Drizzt Kingdom. So you got your Thracian nobles up front. Honestly, I'd be sitting my picked Peltis right here and just blast those. Even with the slingers there, I think that's what I would do. Or, you know, you got your Cretan archers over here. This should be getting nuked right now. They are sitting in prime position for you to walk up here with your Cretan archers and blast them. Thracian nobles are a huge threat if they get into combat. So 149 kills on the ballista, but as you can see, they are out of ammunition now. So what that basically means, the defenders can basically just stack up as much as they want now without any repercussions for it. You can see they basically are. You know, we got some Royal Spartans back here, by the way. Here's a Sparta general for Sparta. It looks like Sword's going to lead off the attack here. Spartan youths leading the defense. They are backed up by some Galatian swords and some thorough spears. I almost wonder if it'd be better if they pulled their Spartan youth just a little bit back. Then this thorough spear could get a really good javi toss. Right now, that Spartan youth is kind of in the way, and they're also not firing at all anyways. I don't know if he turned off fire will, possibly. That's got to be it. Otherwise, they should be throwing javies. They have one kill. They're not out of javelins. Spartan youths are gone. The swordmen actually pulling out of that breach, I think honestly due to the threat of the javelins and the kill box of 2 units. Same thing over here. Thracian warriors now gone. Thracian noble. Thracian noble. Looks like they do have a Cretan archer up here now. He does have 91 kills. I think that was possibly over at these Thracian warriors. But once again, you got this squishy unit right here. You know, I honestly think these are probably your biggest threats right now. What he's shooting at, those are Thracian bows, which, remember, the Thracian bows are not super great. You know, they only have 125 range and 35 missile damage. Thracian warriors, on the other hand, have 76 melee attack and 63 charge bonus. They will mess your day up if you let them fight you. There's a few units in this game that when you see them, you should automatically shoot them. That's one of them. Veteran Shield Warriors is another good option. Armored Shotel Warriors is another good option. But at least the Armored Shotels have, you know, some armor to do, you know, to take it a little bit, you know. Out of the gate here, we've got Royal Spartans coming out. Well, maybe not. I think he's trying to decide whether he wants to try and hit this or not. I don't think I would. I think I would go back into the settlement and fight them where you have the upper hand, which is on the walls. You know, open field versus Shotel warriors. You know, the Royal Spartans might beat them, but the Shotel warriors are going to do some damage. And there's always a chance of another unit coming to assist. A lot of firepower coming in. The bowmen are going, actually, it looks like they're shooting the Galatian swords right here. Thracian nobles climbing the tower, and it looks like they're going to do the same thing here and possibly here. Oh, and they're letting them on. You don't want to do that. You want to stop these guys as soon as possible. If they can get mass and get a charge into you, oof. And honestly, I think he's making a mistake in kind of moving off of that wall so soon. You know, most of his unit is still climbing. This is going to be tough because now this unit's going to come in like this, while this unit's already engaged on the Galatian sword. But the Thracian nobles, once again, caught kind of not in their element at the moment due to them still getting off of the tower. They're not quite formed up. They're really not getting the mass charge that they need to. But if Pergamon's just going to let them do this, then they're not worried about it. I think instead of going this way, I think I would turn this way. This is the healthier unit. It's actually holding back one of your units. Well, this guy's basically almost dead already. And then these guys, you need to move like ASAP. The problem you have is you can hit here, but you have no pressure from the other side. You can see Kush coming in hard now. Got swordsmen in the breach, and then over here, the mass landing of the Shotel warriors. Cretan archers, 153 kills already in combat. Peroikoi spears, we got Royal Spartans. Sorry, just kind of browsing around here. Checking out the fights. Shotel's doing relatively well here. As long as they can keep up the initiative, if they can keep up the power. I've got the power! Unfortunately, Thracian nobles now getting withered down. Now, see, they charge this guy in, and look, his unit's still just dragging in here. Fortunately, I think that's a bit of a waste of some Thracian nobles there. Especially, let's say they even, okay, hey, I got a foothold now. They don't have enough coming up these towers to keep it, right? These units need to be moving up these towers. He might be too late. He's rushing units forward now. Now over here we got veteran hoplites taking on Galatian swords. Galatian swords with 170 kills and a chevron. It's pretty good. Kush seems to have broken through the breach. The only thing we've got here are Pick Peltis, which are pretty okay in combat, but and they honestly might be able to beat these swordsmen, but it's definitely not the kind of unit that you're wanting to be holding a gap with. He's running away, and he's got to do something. He's stuck. Just looking here. You got to remember these swordsman units are already pretty banged up. 67 men, 22 men. Shotel with 150 kills, but surrounded by Agema spears and Royal Spartans. This very quickly not going well for the attackers. Over here you still have Odrysian Kingdom has some units, but it's mostly what he has left are his hoplite units, and those aren't really the units that you're wanting, as Odrysian, you know what I mean. Your Thracian nobles are your heavy hitters. Some hoplites to kind of guard the line or hold a few gaps is one thing, but most of his army seems to be those hoplites. Kush seems to basically be out of this. He's got a couple Nubian bows, some more Nubian bows. He does have a Shotel warrior left. He has another one up here, but it's pretty, you know, it's already decently banged up. Now, over here, Sparta, like, I don't know why Sparta is being real passive here. You know, he should, if he got in on this, they could just stuff Adrizian out right now. Bring these guys in too. Yeah, there you go. Still got to pick Peltis here, 106 kills. And then Spartan Youth's going to flank behind these Thracian warriors. So now you got Thracian warriors versus Spartan Youths, and I think they were Gema Spears. Thracian warriors with 90 kills. The Gema Spears 152. Then here we've got the Mercenary Hoplites going up against the Gema Spear General. And he's pretty banged up. He's down to 70 out of 160. And he is dead. The Adrizian General, I believe, is still alive. Yeah, he has not gotten up on the walls yet. Sparta's General is back this way, as well as his two Cretan archers that he could have used many times now. Definitely, you know, this is why I usually kind of preach, don't leave stuff all the way back at the back, you know what I mean? If you think about what you could have done with these three Cretan archers up here with a very, very squishy faction, you know, climbing these towers, man, those Cretans would have gotten buku kills. And he still will get kills, but I think that it's one of those things where, like, in all reality, this game might already be over if some of this stuff was up here. Spartan Youth 21 kills. Paraquois Spears. Paraquois Spears with 58 kills. Then a Spartan Youth breaking against some of the Mercenary Hoplites. And now the General coming up, Thracian Nobles. But once again, I don't know why they're doing this, but half of his unit running this way instead of climbing the tower. Sometimes that means that they're kind of getting, like, miscues in their orders. And I'm not sure why this unit is running off to Podunk nowhere. But it's really going to hurt him, because that means half of his general's unit is here and half of his general's unit is over here. So when he goes into combat, he's not going in at full strength. Good switch with the mercenary, or the veteran the mercenary hoplites, sorry. And honestly, I think the attack order might have gotten them to get their heads out of their ass, because they did turn around and they're going back. All these Nubian bows from Kush are charging in, and Royal Spartan's about to get a bazillion kills now. This is a show tell, 154 out of 160. Thracian bows. Once again, the general is in combat, but and this is hurting him, because I think the reason his unit's just standing like this is because it's not registering it's in combat, because half of it's right there. So his general really isn't doing a whole lot. So he's kind of fighting. I wonder if he gave him another attack order to get him to fight again. can see the Royal Spartans falling back, and here's the Cretans. Thank you. Shoot the Thracian nobles. 75 kills, but he's down to 83. There you go, Cretan archers. 80 kills with a chevron. Where did he had 2? Where'd the other one go? Is this it? I think this might be it. Oh, you got to be careful, though. Kush has got a cav gen here. And I think it's too late. So Kush able to survive long enough to actually still kind of be in this fight. But I honestly think this is basically, I mean, it's just down to Sparta now. So I'm curious. So it looks like they're going to guard here and here. With the amount of troops they have left, though, I think it might be best if they just, you know, guard probably here, to be honest with you. Still have a couple units left. Paroquois spears. And a half-strength unit of Royal Spartans that's still in combat. For glory! Royal Spartan still hanging in there. 63 men. He's got 197 kills, 198 kills. Got a half-strength Chotel warrior. You still have the general. Not a great charge from the general, though. Guard does have, what do we got, 82 kills. Royal Spartan now 215, 16. Spartan Youth's getting caught by some mercenary veteran hoplites. They've already got 107 kills, but only about halfway to a chevron, so they haven't been killing super great things. Royal Spartans should be able to take on these mercenary veteran hoplites pretty easy. That general, yeah, there he is. I was going to say, he's going to have to get involved, I think. Royal Spartan, 226 kills, down to 24 men. He's got 2 chevrons. You can see the mercenary veteran hoplite kind of chasing the general off. They got to be careful of this, though. They are exposed. And I think that's what he sees. You can see the general moving. Oh man, if Kush was still moving, he'd probably beat it. But because he stopped, I don't know. It's going to be close. He stopped again. Man, if he had just kept running through, he'd be behind their lines already. So there's not a whole lot of, like, great troops left, especially for the defenders. I mean, for the attackers, excuse me. The defenders still have the Heroes of Sparta General, and I believe they still have a Royal Spartan here. So 2 very good units. Most of the units for the attackers, you know, the Chotel is very hurt. Got some archers, and you have a couple mercenary veteran hoplites, which are just okay. Cretans still have ammo. 156 kills, too. They want to chase off the general there. No hits. Doesn't look like, at least. Bounce power is in the attacker's favor. But I think it's just going to come down to how they play this. So the defenders are going to defend these spots here. I think a lot of times what you would see was the defense there. This guy's got to have ammo, right? Yeah. I was about to say, 39 kills and out of ammo is really not good. Looks like one of the veteran hoplites might be thinking to come over here. I don't know about that, though. You can see the archers getting some good shots on them as they walk away.
Advance at speed. Fire on the enemy.
He's got 162 kills with 2 chevrons. I think he might be out now. No, he's still got ammo. Damn. That's what you get when you're fighting 2 factions that aren't great against arrows, which, you know, Kush is not great against them, and neither is Odrysian Kingdom. Obviously, the hoplites aren't terrible, but the Thracian warriors, Thracian nobles, all that kind of stuff's not good. Shotel warriors are not good against them. You know, they don't have shields, so. Well, no, it's their armor, realistically. That's the issue. Because they do have shields, but it's their armor is the problem. Yeah, their armor's 80, 82, something like that. But if I remember correctly, their arrow block chance is pretty low. You can see the Kushite general, well, looked like he was going to swing out to the side, but he stopped. Because you could see the Hero Sparta's coming over to block the gap here. Problem is they have a couple gaps. They've got this, they've got this, they've got this. You know, and right now the way they're defending, they have this. So Kush, I assume, would stretch it. You could just stretch it even further, too. See, now he's basically going to have to try and shadow this cavalry to the best that he can. Thankfully, they don't have another cavalry that they can sneak behind. But they do have mercenary veteran hoplites that they could, you know, use to exploit this. Kushite Guard has taken some losses, down to 21, 20, 19 out of 80. Kushite General is dead. And that is really bad, because they do not do well without their general. It's a faction that is very weak to it. It's basically just their morale itself is not very good. So the general is like the only thing that's kind of propping them up. So when he dies, the morale bonus is poof, gone. Even now he's down to 15. He dismounted so he can cap this, but, you know, neutralization of that tower is probably all you need. Defender is basically just have to keep kind of like shadowing, you know what I mean? Keep moving troops back and forth against this stuff. The best thing that could have happened to him would have been this unit breaking. If that cavalry was broken, they could fully commit to fighting the infantry. But you can see now they are pulling their infantry back here. Basically, they're going to defend on the point and hope they win. Because realistically, I think it's their real only option here. Now, what's going to happen here, you got this Royal Spartan that is decently healthy, but he's going to be double teamed. He's got 2 mercenary veteran hoplites coming at him. Now, these guys are disciplined. Their general being dead is less of a problem. Kush is going to have to play this very smart. Shotel Warriors, I think that's the right one to shoot. If you got ammo, I think that's the unit to shoot. It's down to 61. And watch, see their numbers just drop. They said they're not good against arrows. The other downside is they're relatively expensive for their unit. It's a good unit, but man, if it was, 75 gold cheaper, it would be a great unit. I don't know how this Nubian bow got behind. Maybe it looks like there must be like a small gap here.
Take aim!
Cretans might have to go plug this.
Marching order!
Unfortunately, the general is basically going to have to stay here, praying that he can hold off here.
Loose!
Bounce power is dead even. It was not dead even a couple minutes ago.
Back now!
I think it's going to come down to who breaks first. And
Fire on the enemy!
the defenders have a general still. The attackers do not. So I'm going to put favor towards the defenders here. Even though they're outnumbered. Look at the morale. See the yellow? Green. 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 Yeah, oh, this one went green, but it was yellow. Red now. Yellow, yellow. This one's green. Yellow. That's morale. Green is good. Yellow is eh. Red is bad. The cab came around the flank, so he had to adjust here.
Break the law! Advance! Take aim now!
And some wonky hoplite stuff happening here.
Attack their position! Yes, Commander!
Oh man, look at that. He also has raised the banner and rally. That's huge. That's huge for the morale. Look at the red. Look at the red.
Form phalanx now!
And the yellows. Another red. I think this is defenders all the way, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting, he's wavering.
Down!
Gone. GG. The defenders pulling this one out. For the defenders, we got Byzantine commanding Pergamon, 2,166 kills. I think that's leading the whole game here. His Agimas and Thorospears all did very well. Picked Beltis 145. Look at the 238 on the Galatian swords. J.W. Johnston as Sparta here, 1932. Actually coming out the least kills in the game. I'm a little surprised by that. 299, 248, 355. Yeah, pretty good all in all. For the attackers, we've got Pucky commanding Kush with 2,138 kills. That's number 2 in the game. Shotel's doing pretty good across the board. That's what they do. His archers did pretty solid. Rook the Sparta lover, 2,086 kills. The nobles just unfortunately didn't get that great. 251 on the Thracian warrior is really good though, and his hoplites actually did pretty solid. But that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.